welcome back to another exciting project. So what I got here today, I have 2 Sega Dreamcast controllers and 2 Dreamcast memory cards. I purchased these on Goodwill's auction website, sight unseen. They are untested. There was no information on the listing about them except that they were just being sold as is. So I don't even know if these work. I just saw in the picture they looked real grody, so I was like, these are absolutely perfect for me. So we're gonna test them, see if they work at all, get them cleaned up, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me bring you in on this and show you what we're working with. So yeah, close up you can see just how gross and disgusting these are. So yeah, these absolutely need to be completely torn down and cleaned. So I don't even know what this is. Is that blood, chocolate? Like who owned these before and where did they store them? They're just absolutely disgusting. And the one thing I do notice here is this one's definitely been used a lot because there's barely any texture on the thumbstick there, but it does feel tight, so hopefully there's no stick drift issues. And the second one, it's a little less dirty, very slightly. I mean, that's not really even saying that much. Same thing, though, we got a pretty tight stick. I mean, all the buttons seem to feel fine. Triggers feel good. Both of them. So I just finished testing. We're good. They work perfectly. All buttons work, triggers work great, no stick drift. So, I mean, there's not really much to say about testing. Plug it in, check all the buttons, make sure it works. That's really all you gotta do. Yeah, this was a good purchase then, so let's get these apart and get them cleaned up. Now to get the circuit board out, we got 1, 2. And then we got 1, 2 there. Board aside. Yeah. Take the buttons out. Bam. So here's where we're at. There's a little piece down here that broke, and that's where the screw goes into. And then there's another piece on top right there. So with this piece broken, sorry, with this piece broken, I can't pull the screw out and I can't hold it steady. Well, let's see if this works. Alright, first I'm gonna rotate it back into place. There we go. Rotate that piece back to where it's supposed to go. And we're going to use a little epoxy. Hope that holds in place. The answer is yes, I am using a toothpick to put it in. And so why am I using a toothpick? It's the thinnest thing I got. I mean, whatever works, right? Alright, well, we'll let that cure. It'll take about half an hour. In the meantime, let's go clean the other controller. Make sure you clean the rubber contact pads too. Usually when you get gummy buttons, this is usually the issue. Which I'm actually surprised with how grimy these were. These buttons were actually okay. Alright, now these are all clean. All there needs to do now is just rinse them off, put them in the drying rack, let them dry. Not really much to it. So the epoxy held and I got the other inside piece off. This was in here like that. So, in retrospect, I probably should have cleaned the inside with alcohol before epoxying it, but whatever. It's fine. It'll hold. Also, look how grimy it is in there. That's just years of filthy hands and disgustingness. So, let's get the second controller cleaned up and we'll be good to go. Okay, while the other controller is drying, we're gonna reassemble the one that I cleaned up before. So, for obvious reasons, you could remove these, but they shouldn't be soaked, just because there's like metal parts on the trigger buttons, so we gotta clean the trigger buttons up. And then we're gonna flip the board over, and then we're gonna clean up the other side of the board. It's actually really clean, but while we have it apart, we might as well just kind of clean up any of the spare graphite or whatever. Dirt, anything like that. So for the rest of this, we're going to be using 91% isopropyl alcohol. Actually, it wasn't that dirty. I've definitely cleaned way worse controllers. Alright, so give that a moment to dry and then we'll put this back together. Alright, feels pretty good. Alright, last thing we gotta do. I'm sure a lot of people were thinking I forgot. But no, more of a matter of convenience because it's coiled up. It's a lot easier to work on with it coiled up like that. But we are going to clean the cable, the cord, and then this controller is done. Just needs to be tested, make sure it still works. Alright, so we are good to go. From trash to treasure. These controllers were so grimy before I got them, but like look at how clean these things are now. These things are ready for a whole new life. They work great and are phenomenal. So that's that for this. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and see you on the next one.